The Tokyo Games are officially underway, but it's a lot different than the past years, and people don't seem as excited as usual. The opening ceremony was meant to unite and inspire people after isolation due to COVID, but the Parade of Nations took place before an empty stadium. Even so, organizers tried to make the opening ceremonies exciting and used more than 1,800 drones to form a giant rotating Earth. Only 950 people got to watch the ceremony in person, and the Tokyo Games are being called the loneliest games ever, with no spectators and in front of 70,000 empty seats. The opening ceremonies weren't a celebration for everyone, though. Hundreds of people gathered outside to protest the games, concerned that they will turn into a super spreader event. More than 100 people at the games have already tested positive. Okay, so Jeff, what did you, think of the empty stadium? We've never seen that before. It felt apocalyptic to me. And then what did you think of the protest?
Okay, there's a couple things to unravel here. The protest, those are exactly the idiots on Twitter that write to you about how you're living your life. They don't want to spread COVID, but they're all together in a group. It makes no sense. It's ironic. I want to focus on the positive. That globe, that was impressive.
Was it?
Yes.
Those were all drones.
Oh, that gave me chills.
That was super cool.
Did we all watch the Beijing Olympics to see how wonderful? I mean, I think this was a little.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at how cool. Those are
I
all
thought that was
drones.
incredible.
That's very impressive.
I like the Olympics.
That's very impressive. I'm very excited about that. My boss just told me to relax a little bit.
I think he was telling me. No, I think he was telling me.
Oh, I thought it was me because I get very excited.
I was excited with you.
Okay, thank you. It's Friday. We got to get a little excited. But as far as the empty seats, people are like, this is the loneliest ever. They're putting on the games. We're trying to move forward and get past this pandemic. The UFC went with nobody in the stands. They still competed. They still fought.
Basketball.
We could do that with the Olympics, too. Got to have the cup half full. We got to look at things with the cup half full.
Well, also remember what the mood and the ideas were like for athletes last year. You know, like you train your entire life for something and it's just postponed out of nowhere. Like that's just got to be mentally debilitating. And the fact that we're even getting this, like maybe it wasn't as grand as the Beijing Olympics, which apparently was the creme de la creme according to Tori. Okay,
They were.
Nothing touches Beijing.
No, the drummers. Y'all remember?
Yeah. But I think for what it was and under the circumstances, I think that this is a major world celebration that they're even able to congregate in this way, and they're trying to do it as safely as possible. This is going to be the litmus test for so many things internationally as how they'll be handled post-COVID. So I think that this is a wonderful thing. And I love the globe, too. I mean,
Okay, let me just say this. I love the globe. Okay, let me just say one thing.
Don't say you love the globe.
Yeah,
you
you're
said
a globe
you didn't
hater.
like
I liked the globe. Fair. Here's the thing. I wish they just would have waited a year. Because I think this is a bad idea.
Tell that to the athletes, though.
Right.
So wait a year because I'm worried more about your
did.
life than your athletic competition.
Tori Shulman.
You think 1 year is going to make someone who's a great athlete?
Are you kidding me? Have you ever competed?
You think 1 year will make someone absolutely not be able to be in the Olympics?
Let me talk, because listen, these athletes have, coming from a former athlete who was at the Olympic level, these athletes have poured in their blood, sweat, and tears to compete. Now, the ones that got canceled a year ago, a lot of them aren't able to go now because you have to still qualify in the Olympic trials for the Olympics. Depending on the sport, top 1 and 2 people. So even if you're the #1 person in the world for 5 years in a row, if you don't compete a few months ago at your best level at the Olympic trials, you're not going. So the people that may have qualified last year aren't the same ones that got to go this year.
Which I hear
now,
you.
as far as the COVID goes, I totally agree with you, but don't take that away from the athletes. If anything, maybe mandate the vaccine. Maybe there's exceptions for those that can't be vaccinated because of circumstances we're not aware of. However, though, I don't think that you can tell athletes to postpone it yet another year just because there's not people
And she's
in
a
the
drone
stands.
globe hater.
First of all, I just want to say this. The reason I love athletes, I'm looking out because you guys are like, this, you can't miss a year.
So
I'm worried
the vaccine.
Wait, let me finish. I'm worried about their lives. And that to me is more important. I think this bringing everybody in from all different countries is the exact thing Fauci is saying we don't do. And now people, like Jeff said, are protesting it, bringing even more people. People in Tokyo don't want these
idiotic?
games.
Don't you think they could have done it similar to the NBA in a bubble? They could have. So maybe
But have a year to organize it and do it right.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying.
You're concerned about their lives, but you also need to consider their mental health.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've ever run into someone or known someone intimately who's been a lifelong athlete and their career is over, those like next few years are very delicate. So what
But I'd
happens
rather them
to
have those
someone-
years than be sick.
Right, but you don't understand then.
Yeah.
Because that is their life.
I
You know, I think
hear you both. I do. I just think
What about
I wish
me?
it was. You didn't say anything. I just wish we were all doing it a little more
I agree with
organized.
that.
Yeah.
That I can agree with you.
Okay.
It
That was
should-
sexist, and she's a globe hater.
She did say she hated the globe.
I did.
And
did say
men, pretty
that.
much. She just ignored my points.
You said nothing, Jeff.